Yo, Tony D here with some Predator versus Spider-Man. I had to do a review on this. If you know of another Spider-Man book this gruesome, what you're fixing to see, let me know. When I first heard this was going to happen, I didn't think much about it. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I got to check this out because Predator is so gruesome and Spider-Man is such a wholesome character. But you start off New York, it's hot. That's a typical Predator theme. And then you just, bam, you go to this. You have this detective. She's good panel work. You have this brutal murder here. That's like someone taking a photo. I love that thing. She's crunching on ice. Just another thing. But this is something new to her, and it's gruesome. And then bam, you get this little splash action. Yeah, so now you see where the camera's at. That's good work right there. So that's what I mean. From the jump, you're getting the goods. Oh, you got a finger gone. Somebody took a trophy and a rib. A jaw, a rib, a finger. So our detective here, she's piecing some stuff together. She's pretty good. I bet that has some kind of meaning down the road. Of course it does. Why would they do that? And then our guy Spider-Man, this is something I haven't seen Spidey do. Took a book out of Chameleon's playbook. He was dressed up as one of the hazmat guys. She figures that out. Bam. Whip into action. That's a nice shot there. Good cityscape. Yeah, normal stuff with this guy. They put this innocent stuff in here too. You get this. That's a typical thing filmmakers do, where they give you regular life, innocent stuff, and then they just hit you with that violence and grotesquerie. I like it. So we got some run-of-the-mill bad guys doing their thing. Spider-Man has to save some kids during this little heist. And he does his thing. Spider-Man ain't gonna let nobody die. And they make it to their little place, and it's quick. The Predator does it fast. So the Predator ain't playing either. This is a serious Predator. And I'll show you why. It's almost a different type of Predator to me, and I'll explain that as we go. It just rips this dude's face off and then gives him the kill. It's like he's torturing before killing. I don't think I've seen that before. I'll have to dig out my Dark Horse comics and check it out. There's only one guy that can do the snick. That's a pretty bold move there, and y'all know who I'm talking about. So yeah, it looks like a Halloween. I like that touch. So it's checking that out. And then it holds it up to his face. I was in the comic shop, and I was talking to Matt, my comic shop guy, and I was like, is it possible that this predator has mental illness? Is crazy? It crossed my mind when I saw that right there. But what a touch. And our boy, he's starting to put it together. He catches up to our guys, and it's not an isolated incident. This is the second scene he runs into, and it's bam, look at that. You cannot tell. Let me know. Find me another Spider-Man book with this amount of gore. That's y'all's challenge. And if you do, I'm going to buy it and review it. And so there's more trophies, a piece from each body, a leg, a hand, looks like an arm, a head. Is this thing building a body? And also, I don't know if that's a pattern. It seemed it left some kind of pattern, like blood doesn't drip like that. This is concentric circles. It may be something later. Maybe I'm looking into it too hard, but you never know. So now we're back to regular life. You see what I'm saying? They push and pull you into this nightmare world and then regular, like kids smiling, birds flying. That's masterful to me. That's a really good touch. And there's our girl. Don't be messing with Mary Jane. It's interesting they use a streetcar named Desire. I can't really think of any tie-in with that. I may look at that. You never know. These artists, there's always a purpose for a lot of things. So the lights go out. And this reminded me of Predator 2 when they're in the subway. There was a subway scene in that movie as well. So it's not super obvious, but they are keeping ties to the movie in the book, like the hotness. It's all from Predator 2, hot city. You have a subway. And this is what I'm saying. Is this Predator unhinged? Or is this part of its plan? Right there, they're using their phones. This is beautiful horror, by the way. And you have someone freaking out. They're having a panic attack. That does not help anything. And then this, the tension builds. And there you go again. Pop. Immediately, you're back to Nightmareville. And it has the dude's face. Like, it tried to attach. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a blending in technique that the Predator would use. It seems, I don't know. Let me know your opinions. The only thing I can think of is striking fear into them, but it could do that without that, if that makes sense. I don't ever remember seeing a movie where it did that. I'm definitely digging into the Dark Horse bin. I have a bunch of Predator books. I want to see if I can find that type of behavior. Hey, what they do anyways, it's weird, but it's more of a game. It's what we do when we hunt deer. We kill the deer, we skin them, you hang them up and stuff like that. But this is beyond that. This is taking different pieces. So I love the mystery. And there's a little bit. That's our boy. Our detective lady's figuring it out. She pieces together that Peter Parker, with the information that Jamison has, that he was in that room because of the photos. And she's like, good shot. Where is he? Yeah. Flip, flip, flip. So he goes to check out MJ at the house. And yeah, he's saying he's going to have a long night ahead. Hope the audition went well, but you're back to the horror, you know, and you have a streetcar name. Maybe that's what it was, just to give you a hint. Yeah, her book is on the ground bloody. That looks like a female's hand. There's no way they didn't do that. I think the Predator's been watching Spider-Man, and it's developing a way to get Spider-Man. I think that's the whole goal. So I think he's going to kidnap her and use her as bait. So you have more criminal activity, and you get an arrow, and is this the Predator? It gives you the feeling the Predator is working here. But you see, that's a human hand. This was awesome. It's our boy Craven. How can you not have him in a hunting type book? But yeah, get on your Predator versus Spider-Man, written by Benjamin Percy, and Marcelo Ferreira. Good artwork, good writing. Benjamin's a good writer. But this right here, this is a treat for me. Yeah, there's our girl. I'm definitely wanting to see if what is the deal with this thing. They call him Skinner. All right, let's get this bagged up. I like it so much, I'm giving it the GERB. And you know what? I bought an extra copy of this. The speculator in me was, this is so different. You got to get 2 copies. And that's what I did. If you're into horror, you may not be into horror. You know, it's one of my things. I love Spider-Man. Always loved him as a child. So they're blending 2 things I really like. So I'm all over it. I'm going to keep it going. Keep the reviews going. It could have 1 view. I don't even care because I enjoy doing this. But if you do watch it, you got to get that. Get it.